Hello guys, welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect. I'm your host Sam, and I'm gonna be doing something a little bit interesting today. I'm gonna be doing what we learned about. It's gonna be a show where I analyze what we learned about certain games, and I wanna hear you responding to it. And today, what I'm talking about is what we learned about the new formation of Liverpool that they played against the Rangers. And I know people are gonna be going like, how it's very crazy for people to analyze a new formation when playing a team like Rangers. Yeah. Leave me alone. I'm a Liverpool fan. This is the best that I've gotten this season, so I'm gonna talk about it. The movement and what we did, I'm gonna talk about it. So allow me to do what I can do. So thank you very much on that one. Let's get into the video. So hello guys, welcome back to the Football Connect. We are starting a new show and I'm gonna be seeing how this goes. So what we do is this: every single week we look at a certain game, then we try to analyze what we learned about a game. And like I'm telling you, this week, and the first thing is Liverpool versus, it Rangers, which was played at Anfield. The reason why this game was very important to me, it's really important for me to analyze it, it's because of how my team played. It's also because of how certain things that I've been worried about since the beginning of the season were sort of like, what is the best word to use, answered in this new formation. And also one thing that I was crying about, giving Darwin Núñez the chance to play. So all of this thing happened in this game, and the Liverpool won by 2-0. Not really that much. So one thing I'm going to be doing is to look at the best part of this formation, the worst part of this formation, and also what can actually improve and we can improve on and actually be excited about. So take your time, sit down, listen to this video, because it's gonna really mean a lot when you analyze, you understand what I'm really talking about. So Liverpool played against the Rangers yesterday. It was a good game. I don't want to lie to you. Rangers came with the mentality of defending, which of course we expected because they didn't want to be hammered. Because surprisingly, I didn't know this. This was the first time Rangers meeting Liverpool in a competitive match. And these guys have been like in Britain and stuff like that for such a long time, and it's really crazy that they never met before. So in this game, what people were looking for was to see if Liverpool can find at least, should I call momentum, because some people say that we don't have to find confidence in this game because it will be so unreal. Rangers is such a small of a team to find that. So it was about finding a momentum. So what we were asking for as Liverpool fans is this: Liverpool have been having this situation of to keep trying the same thing, which is not working, and expecting for a different result. They've been trying the 4-3-3 since the beginning of the season. But one thing that Liverpool has to understand is this: we no longer have the certain players who were really suited for this formation. For example, Gini Ronaldo is gone in the midfield. Sadio Mane, the front three is gone. So there is already players who are missing. So one thing that we were looking for was at least a change. I even came out with a video, then I said, why is that Klopp cannot just play with a back three? Let's play the formation of 3-4-3. That's what I was thinking. But he came up with a different formation, which I don't have a problem with. At least we needed a response from Klopp. Because for me, this reminded me of 2020, where we didn't have a defenders and Klopp was eagerly playing with midfielders in defense and leaving out defenders at outside who could do a better job. And it was only after he put the midfielders back in their position and gave the chance to the defenders when we started winning games. And I was just worried that this was going to take time for him to at least see that he has to try some new things. That's why I kept on talking about Darwin Núñez being put back into the team so that we could see what he can offer the team and what he can actually give to Liverpool. So the 4-2-3-1 formation allowed that. We had a gunman in Darwin Núñez who stands up forward, and we had three attackers just like behind him, and we had two defensive minded midfielders with one with the ability to take the long balls and create something out of the long balls in Thiago Alcantara. Then of course we had the back four for what we are used to. But one thing that we knew about the back four is this: Trent and Tsimikas were never gonna be at any point gonna be always defending the whole game. They were gonna go forward, and we knew that they would be attacking and try to help out with the strikers of four attackers who were up front. And we saw that so many times, and we saw how much this formation could actually help us, because it meant that Henderson, as much as he goes forward, and Thiago were more working more like a back three and sometimes a back five with the defense. Whenever this guys goes on to attack, they were coming back to fill up the spaces which people have been taking advantage of and using to at least shame the Trent Alexander-Arnold name, and to try to disturb and scoring goals with that thing. You see what I mean? So seeing Klopp doing that, it meant that we knew that we had a backup that we needed to cover up for Trent Alexander-Arnold as it goes. Because no matter whatever you say, no matter even if you like it or not as a rival, what Trent Alexander-Arnold is the best right back who creates going forward. Even though I just made a video about Reece James, you can check it out. It's just the video that I did before this one. We all know how much good Trent Alexander-Arnold is going forward, and nobody or fullbacks match what he offers going forward. So that's one thing we were interested in, and we needed a goal scorer. I know that Darwin Núñez did not score, but we saw how many chances we were actually converted into shot on target, increasing into this formation than we usually get to see in a 4-3-3, if you understand what I mean. And secondly, what the midfield knew that they had a certain part of the job to do. It meant that it was defending morely and more into giving these things. We didn't now have that heavy metal defense that is always working over time to try to create something. We knew that was something that was covered between the strike force of the three that was behind the Darwin Núñez, and also them, the midfielders, who were only two. So what did this mean? It meant that most of the time whenever Liverpool goes on the attack, they go fully fledged with four attackers going forward who can actually cause havoc, and we saw that they really did try. Darwin Núñez, Mohamed Salah, Diogo Jota, and even Luis Diaz. There's some serious goals that were saved by the goalkeeper. One thing I think that is really left, which I think is really important, is to try to gel these guys up front, because as much as they are so good individually, they are not yet working as a team. We don't see the chemistry that we're looking for yet. For example, like what we are seeing with Arsenal, with the understanding of Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, and Saka. We're talking about Arsenal. We're playing with them this coming week. It's going to be exciting. But this is what I'm talking about. The chemistry, I think it's one thing that is still lacking. And I'm hoping that if Klopp is saying that this is the formation he's trying, and it has shown that it has some good signs we can actually believe and hold on to, why don't he try it? Why doesn't he give it a chance so that we see where we go with, and try by all means to risk it and try it in a big match like Arsenal game? Because the problem is this: playing a 4-3-3 formation, yes, it is what we are used to, it's traditional, people knows it, but As of recently, it has not produced any results for us. In fact, it has produced so much misery since the last season, since when we started watching this. We started seeing the deteriorating of Liverpool. So why doesn't he give it the chance? That's the question that I was asking. And I think that we are going to be in a point where he's going to give that chance, allow this formation to work. The dangers of this formation now, I'm going to talk about it. As much as we are doing good going forward, as much as we are doing good defending, we are opening so much space in the midfield where the rivals, if they're like, for example, a City type of a rival, can take advantage and really hurt us horribly. We are opening so much spaces and it is really leaving us in trouble, if that even makes sense, in trouble. But one thing that I was really grateful about this new formation is this: as much as we open up so much spaces, we are also able to recover that space and use it wisely in defense by defending so well with enough players who can cover all the positions that the guys could try to go behind and do something. And in terms of long balls, we already know what Alisson is capable of doing, so there is not that much of worrisome when it comes to that. But going forward for me was the thing that I wanted to see. And one thing that I saw was Darwin Núñez is gonna become later. He was not getting game time, and he's gonna become well, and he's gonna be doing so well very, very soon. Those shots on target, sooner or later, those are gonna be goals on target, goals that are actually scored, and that will turn everything upside down for the football world, because they kept making fun of this kid, and he did turn up. He said something that was interesting that people did not pay attention in the media. He talked about it, the language barrier, and how much it's really impacting him in terms of movement with Klopp, because he said that sometimes he talks and sometimes I have to ask players if they can tell me what he was saying, because sometimes I don't understand, which I think that they need to work on that barrier so that this kid can actually start to gel with the players and actually understand what they're saying. And also I hope he's learning English, because I think it's really going to be important for him to move on with English. But there is something here, people. And like I'm saying, as a Liverpool fan, with the season that I just had, with the way we started, this is the hope that we needed. And we have seen a new formation that has given us some glimpse of hope, some glimpse that we can create something, which put so many people in danger, so many of our players in dangerous places, which contributed for the set piece, for the free kick that Trent scored, and also which contributed for the penalty that Mohamed Salah scored. So there is more into this than what people are even looking at. Also, it allowed Trent AlexanderArnold to be flexible going forward. Hence, that's why we saw so many opportunities that he was delivering into the box, into his players, which almost turned into goals, and some actually caused some problems to the goalkeeper. We have to give respect where it is due. The Rangers goalkeeper was just amazing. So there's nothing more I can say, people, but to try to elaborate that there is a glimpse of hope, and maybe that video of mine that I did, that it's gonna get worse before it becomes better on Liverpool, can actually change before things get worse. But anyway, I'm hopeful. This 4-2-3-1 formation, I think this could be the answer that we needed at this moment. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Tell me if I'm wrong and tell me what's going to happen. Because if this continues the way they played against Rangers, if we are able to show at least half of what we saw in the Arsenal game, and if we are able to cause problems into that backline, especially on the Gabriel side, it could be a good game indeed. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't be hateful, people. Click the like button, subscribe to the Connect. The best way you support me. I am your fellow Liverpool mate and stuff like that. To those Liverpool fans who are watching, support me so that I keep enjoying what I do. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Click here if you want to watch my AC Milan versus Chelsea game review, and also click here for big match preview and reviews. So tell me, what did you think and what we learned on the game between Liverpool and Rangers. I'm out. Peace. Be blessed.
Beats the goalkeeper. They're just lost for words. He is just brilliant. Georgie Best, Diego Maradona, Johan Cruyff.